Coming up, we're taking a History Minute with Bria.
And we're hitting the yard to hear from you on Capitol Hill.
All this and much more, you're watching Topicality.
Elections are coming up. Are you ready?
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 Elections happen all year long, not just once a year. From local and state races to school board elections, your vote matters in every election. If you're at least 17 years and 10 months old, be sure to register to vote at least 30 days before your next election. Check your voter registration status at votetexas.gov. Not sure when the next election is? Stay informed by signing up for election reminders at vote.org. It's never too late to make a difference, so make this your year to get ready. Because here
At Prairie View A&M University, we're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Because I'm ready.
Hello, I'm Bria, and today we will talk about an important moment in sports and Black history. Stay tuned for your History Minute. You may have seen this picture before, but do you know the true story behind it? One of the most powerful moments in Olympic history occurred on October 16, 1968, during the medal ceremony for the men's 200-meter race at the Mexico City Olympics. American athletes Tommie Smith and John Carlos, who won gold and bronze respectively, stood on the podium and raised their gloved fists in a Black Power salute during the U.S. national anthem. Their silent yet bold gestures was a protest against racial discrimination, inequality, and human rights abuses in the United States. Smith and Carlos wore black gloves on the opposite hand, Smith on his right and Carlos on his left, symbolizing unity. They also took their shoes off, standing in black socks to represent Black poverty. Carlos left his jacket unzipped in solidarity with blue-collar workers and wore Olympic Project for Human Rights badges, showing their support for global human rights activism. The protest had immediate consequences. The International Olympic Committee, led by President Avery Brundage, deemed the acts a political statement and expelled Smith and Carlos from the Games. They faced backlash in the U.S., receiving death threats and struggling with employment opportunities. However, their courage inspired future generations of athletes to use their platforms for activism. Decades later, the legacy of Smith and Carlos remained impactful. Their demonstration is now seen as a defining moment in the intersection of sports and social justice. In 2005, a statue honoring Smith and Carlos was unveiled at San Jose State University, where they had been student athletes. The powerful image continues to resonate, reminding us of the courage it takes to stand up for what is right. From Colin Kaepernick's kneeling protest to the NBA players donning short shirts that read, "I can't breathe." Athletes have continued to use their influence to highlight social issues. Tommie Smith and John Carlos paved the way. proving that even a silent act can speak volumes and inspire meaningful change. Thank you for tuning in to the History Minute. I'm Bria, reminding you to take a minute to learn your history.
Hey Panthers, it's time to share your voice, hear new perspectives, and be a part of the conversation. I'm your host, Gabby Handcock, and this is Capitol Hill. Who am I here with today, and then what sport are you a part of?
I'm Kenneth Hill, and I run track and field.
Hi everyone, I'm Lauren Radford. I'm a junior here, and I also play on the women's golf team here at PV.
I'm on Diggins, track and field.
I'm Kamari Stewart, and I play football here.
Devin Miller.
Do you think that athletes should speak out on political issues?
I think so, but it's kind of controversial because, I don't know, because people have opinions, so they might see you a certain way if you speak out on a certain topic. So, it's a little iffy on that topic. So, it's a little 50-50 in my opinion.
It's just definitely something that we need to make sure that we know and that we acknowledge because, we're coming up into the world and hopefully more professional. I know I am. And we just need to be that voice for the next generation underneath us.
Yeah.
It depends on certain issues. If you are educated in that certain issue, then you can speak up. Everybody has freedom of speech and your voice should be heard. I think so because I think a lot of people think we're just athletes and we don't really have a voice, but I think everybody has a voice to speak on anything they need to speak on.
Yes, I think athletes should because as you were saying, the platform that we have a lot of people that look up to us and are listening to us. So if we would just speak on the change would be able to happen because of the people that are looking at us.
Since you're a part of the athlete world, have you yourself spoken out a part of social issues and political issues as well?
To be honest, personally, no, I haven't.
I am really hoping to do so, more so when I'm actually made it into the professional scene because, we're very limited in what we can say and also do and post while we're in college. The NCAA policy and also some of us have NIL deals as well. So that's a huge thing right there. But once I get to that professional level, I will more than happily advocate for social change and justice when it comes to equality in sports, especially for golf.
Okay.
Yes, a little bit just with educating people around me, like our past president, like who to vote for. I was just educating everyone on certain policies and stuff because we are at the age of where we can vote, and I feel that a lot of people our age has just not been educated enough, and I just tell them I don't tell them who to vote for, but I just give them this is what they stand for, this is what they stand for, this is what they're trying to push, and this is what they're gonna do when they get in office. Sometimes, if you go on my TikTok, I make a couple of videos about how the world is and how everything is changing, about how everybody just, how everybody speaks around here, and I don't think everybody's voice can be heard, so I kind of use mine.
And overall, how did your audience, your followers, everybody, how did they react to that?
Well, a lot of people, they reacted I didn't know, some stuff that was I didn't know that this was gonna happen and stuff like that. But mainly it was a positive, because I don't really just say vote for this person or vote for this person. Yeah. But they're just oh, thank you for posting this. It's just good positive feedback of just educating more people on the topic.
Yeah. How did people really react to those posts?
They don't really like us sometimes. Yeah. I think on one of my comments on one of my videos, they was just you just an athlete, you don't really got nothing to say. But I think that's their preference, I think everybody can just speak on what they want to speak on. And then I don't think, I'm just us athletes are just like everybody else. We just got our own voice. They kind of just tell us what we can't do, and it's okay.
If you did in the future, how do you think people would react to your posts?
I'm not sure, to be honest, but I hope it would be a positive reaction to what I'm saying with my opinion, so yeah.
Okay. And do you think that some more athletes, they should continue to educate themselves on political and social issues?
Like I said before, if you are educated on that and did your research, then speak out. If not, and you just see social media posts or something, if you have not really did your own research, do not speak about it because you could just see false information all the time on the media.
Yeah, everybody, they shouldn't be limited based off who you are. Anybody should use it. So do you really think that athletes as a whole, they should be able to use their platforms to speak out?
Yes. That's just like right now I'm at Prairie View A&M. Well, say LeBron James did it, say Kevin Durant did it, they'd just look at him like he's crazy, or they'd just say he's just an athlete.
Or maybe like some people who like him, they just say, oh, I'm following LeBron just off the type of person he is. And it just matter who you are, to be honest.
Yeah. You know, I love everything that you said, and thank you so much for taking the time out your day. And thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Remember, every conversation is an opportunity to learn something new. I've been your host, Gabby Handcock, and this has been Capitol Hill.
Prairie View A&M University is about the students. Students don't just come here for the education. They come for the faculty, for the creativity, the camaraderie, an excellent standard of living, and the school spirit. They come here to gain something profound and to give something back. Students come for the tradition of excellence. This is Prairie View A&M University. Our tradition, your opportunity.
I'm Bailey, and welcome to My Picks of the Week, where each week I'll bring you a new book, podcast, or documentary to keep you entertained and informed. This week, I'm recommending Shut Up and Dribble, a compelling 3-part documentary series featuring sports journalist Jemele Hill. This powerful series offers a revealing look at the evolving role of athletes in our complex culture and political landscape, told through the lens of the NBA. It dives into the league's modern history and highlights how top players have leveraged their platform to become cultural icons and champions for social change. By taking control of their own narratives, these athletes have reshaped the conversation both on and off the court. My second recommendation is Game Over: How Politics Has Turned the Sports World Upside Down by sports writer Dave Zirin. This insightful book unpacks major sports controversies, from the corruption of the NCAA to the explosive 2011 MLB All-Star Game and the downfall of the Dodgers. Zirin also sheds light on the struggles faced by LGBTQ athletes seeking acceptance, female athletes challenging outdated stereotypes, and players fighting for their rights as union members. With his sharp analysis and fearless commentary, Zirin explores how athletes are reclaiming their voices from corporate control and driving social progress. Game Over is an essential read for anyone looking to understand the intersection of sports, politics, and society. My final recommendation is Withdrawn Arms, a powerful documentary directed by filmmaker Glenn Kano. This intimate film features a conversation with Tommy Smith, a gold medalist famously known for raising his fist in protest of racial inequality during the '68 Olympic Games. In this reflective piece, Smith shares his thoughts on that pivotal moment, one that not only defined a movement, but also altered the course of his life forever. Well, those are my picks of the week. So whether you're looking to engage with thought-provoking content or explore new interests, I hope you found something that resonates with you. I'm Bailey Boyce. Thanks for watching. Elections are coming up. Are you ready?
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 Elections happen all year long, not just once a year. From local and state races to school board elections, your vote matters in every election. If you're at least 17 years and 10 months old, be sure to register to vote at least 30 days before your next election. Check your voter registration status at votetexas.gov. Not sure when the next election is? Stay informed by signing up for election reminders at vote.org. It's never too late to make a difference, so make this your year to get ready. Because here
at Prairie View A&M University, we're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Are you ready? Because I'm ready.
All right, so I'm here with
Deuce Barrington.
Cameron Peters.
All right, and what's y'all sport?
Football.
Football.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a set of clues, and you guys are just gonna guess the athlete.
Okay.
All right, so the first 3 clues. He was an NBA player. He started his professional career in 2003. He was an advocate for racial justice and educational equity. He founded the I Promise School in 2018.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
LeBron James.
I was gonna say 2000.
Yeah.
When he said 2003, I was gonna say LeBron.
Okay.
Yeah, LeBron.
That was gonna be my first guess.
Check. Won their first Grand Slam in 2018. Advocate for mental health awareness and racial justice.
No, Grand Slam, that's baseball, right?
She wore masks with the names of black victims of police violence during the 2020 U.S. Open.
2020.
Oh, U.S. Open, that is tennis.
Yeah, it's tennis. That's why I said
Serena.
Serena.
No,
That's why I said
Coco.
Serena.
I don't know.
Coco Gauff?
Coco Gauff. Final answer.
That's
about
your
you?
final answer. Coco Gauff. I'm agreeing with you.
So the final answer is Naomi Osaka.
See why you didn't say nothing?
I don't know.
Student athletes.
I know.
Won their first world championship title in 2013. She has 4 gymnastics moves named after her.
Simone Biles.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Have you ever found yourself in a political discussion where a single confusing term completely derails the conversation? Or have you felt left completely out because the conversation was going over your head? Well, we're here to help you with the vocabulary you need to be involved in your democracy. I'm your host, Hailey Sampson, and this is Well Defined. Let's start with the term activism. Activism is defined as a doctrine or practice that emphasizes direct, vigorous action, especially in support of our opposition to one side of a controversial issue. Different types of activism include political activism, digital activism, protests, and strikes. In recent years, we've seen multiple acts of activism. One example of this is Colin Kaepernick. In the 2016 NFL preseason, Colin Kaepernick began protesting by first sitting down during the national anthem, then going on to kneel. Kaepernick expressed that he would not stand up to show pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black people and people of color. To me, this is bigger than football. Other NFL players followed in his footsteps, and it has transpired into something way bigger than just a kneel, becoming a national headline and topic. Another example comes from this February during Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime performance. A performer unveiled a flag with the words Sudan and Gaza in protest over the 2 wars. This resulted in the performer being ejected from the stadium as well as banned from all NFL events. Now that we understand activism, let's talk about advocacy. Advocacy is the act or process of supporting a cause or proposal. 3 types of advocacy include self, individual, and system advocacy. Political advocacy means you are actively supporting or promoting an idea or policy. A strong advocate in today's society is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, also known as AOC. AOC is constantly advocating for key issues such as Medicare, housing, and public safety on her social media platforms and in her position as a U.S. representative for New York's 14th Congressional District. Now, let's talk about intersectionality. Intersectionality is the complex, cumulative way in which the effects of multiple forms of discrimination combine, overlap, or intersect, especially in the experiences of marginalized individuals or groups. A prominent example of intersectionality is the women's suffrage movement. This movement was in support of women having equal access to the ballot and the right to vote. But not all women were applauded for this movement. Women of color's needs and requests were often put aside while the movement centered and catered more toward white women. Another example of intersectionality is former Vice President Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris's intersectionality played a huge role in connecting with voters. Not only was she a woman running for office, she was a black woman running, which had more impact than anyone could imagine. Next up is conscientious. Being conscientious means to do what is right, especially to do one's work or duty well and thoroughly. Conscientiousness and politics are not known to relate to each other. Almost always, we see and hear how corruption runs through politics and forever will, as long as certain people are put in places of power. According to the Corruption Perceptions Index, the United States has a score of 65 out of 100. This index is provided by Transparency International, the global coalition against corruption. Lastly, we'll discuss empowerment. Empowerment is defined as the act or action of empowering someone or something. We often see empowerment in marches and protests, also in speeches, where groups are advocating an idea that they believe in. Empowerment should be an action from all of us, not just in the speeches our political figures spew to get us up and moving, but in each and every one of us in our everyday lives. Empowerment should run through us all in support of us all. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you feel more equipped to engage in the conversations that shape our futures. I'm Hailey Sampson, and you've been watching Well Defined.
At Prairie View A&M University, we've been igniting passion in students for more than 140 years. It's about inspiration. It's about global influence. It's about self-expression and individuality. It's about trailblazing a path of excellence. It's about engaging in the greater community. Above all, it's about helping you realize your dreams. Ignite your passion. Experience Prairie View A&M University.
That's all for this week.
Make sure to follow KPVU-TV on all social media. Thanks for watching.